one right here. What happened was that this is how God moved in my life. Doing security. Throughout my time doing security, I met so many stars, rappers, whatever. I met T.I. before T.I. came out. He was riding through Bankhead. Cause he was so happy that he had got a deal. He was like, man, I got $5 million on this deal. I'm talking about this dude in a car, I think it was like a cream, beige, something like that, Impala. And he just riding up and down, through Bankhead and shit. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this car? What's wrong with this guy? And I'm talking about the car was swerving and everything. So I'm like, what the hell? I'm watching this dude. So, like, I would stop and check on people throughout Bankhead when I worked out there. APD had the contract out there. I wasn't an APD officer per se, but I was working for like Kelly Security, which APD owned the company. But T.I. was riding throughout Bankhead and shit. I seen the car swerving. I pulled somebody over, talked to him, whatever. I'm seeing the car pass me like maybe 12 times and shit. So I'm like, let me get behind, let me go and pull this mug over, because I need to find out what the hell going on with him. Why this nigga swerving and shit? So I pull him over. Hey, nigga, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like, I got my gun because I got 2 gas, a 40 cal and a 9mm. So I'm not sure what mind frame I need to be in when I approach this car. But we went up to the top part of Bankhead, and it was only one way in, one way out, part where you went. It was like a horseshoe, but to a certain point, it was like one way in, one way out. So I get behind and block the car off, jump out, and I got my gun. And I'm like, man, what the fuck wrong with you? What's going on? Why am I keep seeing you in my town? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm security, so everybody knew me, like, for being around Bankhead. Like, when I come to work, I was a chill ass nigga because I was riding the Red Sea Breeze with TVs and DVDs and all that shit in there. And I was just chilling when I was at work, but I was making sure that everything was cool. So I'm asking this dude, like, what the fuck wrong with you? Why you keep riding around my town like that? You know what I'm saying? You need to take this shit home wherever. Oh, no, man. I don't mean no disrespect. But, I just, what he said, I signed a $5 million deal with Columbia Capital, some shit like that, he said. And I was like, I could tell the nigga was drunk and high. So I'm like, okay, nigga, I get that. But you riding around him swerving and shit. what if you fucking run into a kid, kill somebody? Heaven forbid, you out here like you out here, nigga, you slipping, you drunk, you fucked up, you swerving and all that shit, and you in Bankhead. Bankhead, nigga, by yourself. Really? Anybody can roll up on you and take your ass out. You talking about you got a deal or whatever. Dog, you need to take your ass home. I know you excited and shit. Nigga, take your ass home. I was like, man, I don't want to see you out here. Now, I caught her, you know, I had the police come pick you up. Cause evidently you gonna create some harm for yourself or somebody else. But you gotta get the fuck out of him. I'm giving you a chance to handle this shit on your own. Nigga like, you right, dog. And he left. I ain't seeing no more. Another instant, you know, Hollywood, there was some apartments and they wasn't, I forgot, they was over there by Hollywood Road or something like that. Zay Tobin was over there with his mama, and he was in the house, and I was out there just chilling or whatever. I was out in the apartment, but I ain't know, you know, he was over there or whatever. But I get a call from dispatch. I go check out. They were telling me about somebody bust a car window out or some shit. So I'm tripping. I'm like, what the hell? Somebody busted a car window out. Is the perp still there? So, you know, I'm out there and I got my gas and shit. So I don't know what's going on. My mind frame is like, okay, I'm gonna have to go over here, handle this shit. What mind frame do I need to be in? So I get over there, see this black Cadillac parked in the parking lot. So I'm tripping. I'm like, damn, somebody on fuck. The shit was funny to me because I'm like, how in the hell somebody do this shit? Why? Why they do it? So I'm like, I walk up out there, get out my car, and walk up to the Cadillac. And when I walk up to the Cadillac, nobody's there. And I'm looking around, you know, securing the area, making sure ain't nobody sneaking up on me and shit. So, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So, I called dispatch back and let them know, hey, ain't nobody out here, and what's going on with this Cadillac? Why the window bust out or whatever. And so they explained to me that it's like a domestic situation. So I'm only up there to observe and report. You know what I mean? I wait till the person come back out, and young man come out and tell me like, hey, you know, he distraught, like, this my baby my baby mama did this and this, that, and the other, and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, dog, I know you're upset or whatever, but I just need the facts so I can write this shit down. And I mean, he was heated about it. His little Cadillac window, cause she busted out the back window. So I take the report, give him a copy, so you know what I'm saying, he can give to the insurance company or whatever. So we ended up talking about God, and then he was telling me about music. He was like, yeah, man, I'm one of the pioneers, and out here in Georgia. And he was telling me about a group that he ended up producing. I forgot the name of the group or whatever. I was like, and he told me who he was, and I was like, nah, I can't really say that I heard of Zaytoven. He looked at me like, he ain't heard of Zaytoven. So I was like, shit, I ain't heard of you, nigga. So he went in the house and got a disc. And damn, I forgot them guys' name. The disc, I listened to the disc. It was like some boys in the building or some shit like that. And I heard the song before, but see, it wasn't like at that time. I wasn't really listening to like that kind of music and stuff, because it was like a turnover, like far as hip hop and all that, like southern music, and then like the old school music like LL Cool J, Kool Moe Dee, and all that. I was in between old school hip hop and R&B. So the trap boys in the building and all that shit, I wasn't really into all that stuff at that time in my life. But I kind of understood what was going on. But to enemy, after I got the disc from Zaytoven, I listened to it or whatever, and at that point, right after the end, like, I just started writing. After I listened to it wasn't like I was writing to the music per se. However, like, I was writing songs. It just started me to write songs. And this is one of the first songs that I wrote, because the next night I went to work. Zaytoven, when I clocked in or whatever, I was over there, parked throughout the complex or whatever. I was keeping an eye on his car just in case his baby mama came back over there or whatever. But I wasn't in that parking lot where, so I don't know what possessed him to do it, but he was walking around the complex. He probably was checking to make sure that somebody was out there watching for his baby mama or whatever. But he walked on the other side, not the side where his car was parked, but he walked on the other side, on the outside of the building, like the street and all that shit. and I was parked, and I was writing like this song. And he came down, we started talking, and I said, he asked me, he said, "You heard the disc?" I was like, "Yeah, I heard the disc." And he was like, "You never heard of none of them songs?" I said, "I heard some of them songs before, but it really wasn't like my type of music, like something that I listen to all the time." Because, I went into, at that time I had got out of drugs and all that shit. So, like I said, it was trap boys and all that. And it just wouldn't resonate with me. So I was like, cool. But, it was good talking to you and this, that, and the other. And he left and went back upstairs. He gave me a card and told me something about if I wanted to go to the studio, whatnot. I like studio. I wasn't even into studios and shit at that time. Like, I was like doing security. My thing was whooping the nigga ass. Didn't respect me. But after that, I started writing. Right around that time, a few months prior to that, my mom was in the hospice for probably about 5-6 months. And she had passed away. And, like I said, when I met Zaytoven, I wasn't thinking about like music and I was gonna do all that. Now, mind you, when I was young, I did battle rap, if you want to call it that. But people didn't look at what I was doing, the battle rap. They looked at what I was doing as like a form of the blues. But it was like, I call it Southern Flame. Because it's not rap, but the spin it's rap, but the spin that I put on it is not like, like Wu-Tang and shit. Even some of the shit that Wu-Tang do, like Method Man, that shit is like Southern Flame. And if I'm not mistaken, that nigga spent some time down south when he was a kid. So some of that shit rubbed off on me. But like I was saying, after I met Zay Tobin, I told you, I was writing. I was writing, and I wasn't writing to music. I was just writing what was in my head. So after I put it down on the paper, I went to this barber shop, hooked up with this guy. He was telling me that he sung and this, that, and the other, and I was telling him about how the Spirit, got me writing songs and stuff, and I'm writing music, songs, or lyrics with no music. So he was like, okay, his name Al. He was my barber. And he was like, here go a disc with some music on it. Pick some tracks or whatever you pick. Plus, I got a cousin go by the name DJ Threat. And I can hook you up with him, give you a number and all that. all this was within maybe a month's time. I'm writing these lyrics. I don't have any music. So the dude, like I said, Al, he give me the music and say, okay, pick some of these tracks, pick 1 or 2 of these tracks out here and go to the studio. I was like, shit, I don't know where the studio at, because I had never been to the studio before. I had been in the studio, but I was gone with this nigga that my brother Dino married his mama, and he grew up, and he took me to this nigga that white boy that worked at this company called Cabs. They did the signs and shit for Coca-Cola and all that. And you know, I was always into battle rapping, and this nigga knew this. So he talking shit, took me over there talking shit, and well, I ain't even gonna get into that yet. I'll take it back, because that was like in the beginning of my journey, when I ain't really know who I was. But Al gave me the disc after he cut my hair and all that. Gave me DJ Brett number. And this song I'm gonna play for y'all right now. This is the first song that I recorded in the studio with DJ Brett. It's called No Hook. It's from Humble. A CD. Yeah, you might try to look for it, but I only got a few songs out because it's complicated. It's complicated. But you can check it out. Comment, share. Hope you like it. If not, I did it for God, so you know what I mean? I did it for God and myself. This is part of the journey of what God wanted me to find out to be where I am now.
Told y'all boys ain't got no hook. I told y'all boys be sneaky, you shook in the kitchen, but missing look here. Got a fist full game, got a fist full game, got a fist full game. Told y'all niggas how to get this guap. Beach sneeze 777 be hot. Hit the smart, another knock, been in the block. Checking the rear view. Why gripping my glory? Some beach in the game. Remember the name that they been claim. Give me 3 of them things. What in the place? Still I ain't.
Oh, sweet and them cake as you make. He still got me, baby. Go, smoke. In my eyes, ain't no lie. My shot, nigga. My spot, nigga.
Told y'all boys ain't got no hook. I told.
That song, I wrote it, and that's the beat. Al gave me. That was when I recorded that song, and that's the first recording. Like I went in there, read from the paper that I wrote it on, and that was one take. Now, mind you, when I went in there, the reason why I named the song No Hook, because I went in the studio, I had 2 verses. I ain't had no hook. So I had to come up with something for the hook. You know what I mean? Like, And I did that shit on the fly. I did that on the fly. And, you know, it was fun. I mean, I found out what it was to be in the studio. I liked it. But, like I was saying, with I called him my cousin at the time. But, seeing how fucked up that nigga was, like over time, I started seeing this nigga, you know, we in the studio, and this nigga done took me over to his boy shit. Oh my God. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Somebody done ran into a truck or something. Somebody done did some damage. Hallelujah, hallelujah. I just hope that God be with him. You know what I mean? But Phil, that's his name. You know, you find out in life that people that be around you, they ain't always looking out for you good. So I'm gonna tell you about the first time I went to the studio. It was with this nigga. This guy named Milk at Cadmus worked with him. They worked together or whatever. So Phil, for some reason, y'all, it's complicated. But the nigga, we kind of hung tight or whatever. I really didn't know about the little evil shit that he was doing outside of when he was around me and shit. We ended up going over to this guy Milk house, and this nigga Phil, he wanted to start talking shit about me and all that. So I went back to my old days, you know what I mean? Like, this nigga knew who I was, like, far as you call yourself battling me. Oh, I was on my shit. I was always on my shit. So he called himself talking shit. I was a quiet nigga, mind you. I was a quiet, meek, humble nigga. But I was always on my shit far as when it came down to you trying to show your ass on me. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna really give it to you. So then they got me up in the studio and he called it to, you know, roasting me in the form of rap. So I let him do his little thing or whatever. Then I started. When I started, I wasn't really thinking about it. Like, a lot of niggas be like, they'll start doing some shit, like rapping or whatever, and then they looking at other people to see their reaction and shit. Like, I wasn't that nigga. When I started in on your ass, I just started in on your ass. Whatever, if whether somebody feeling me or not, I don't give a fuck. Real talk, I don't care. I'm just in on your ass to let you know, leave me alone. You know what I mean? So, this nigga got me in the studio talking all this shit. Cause you know this nigga think he Eminem or some shit. I let him go on and say a piece. I gave him 16. I think it gave that nigga about 22. I started in on his ass. I'm talking about why I started in on his ass. That nigga couldn't do shit but shut up. Cause you know he one of them mixed niggas. You know what I'm saying? His mama black, Indian, his dad is white. So, you know, all the little black girls that didn't know no better, they're like, oh, he cute. So I started in on his ass. All of a sudden, I see this white boy keep moving. I'm talking about this dude start moving, turning over shit, moving shit, just like, what the fuck? I'm like, dude, you know, in my head, I'm still flowing. Cause this nigga has totally disrespected me, so I'm in his ass. So the white boy Milk, I'm talking about he go across the turntables, looking for shit, flipping over shit. So after I get through with my 16, now that's all I need. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? He said, man, I'm trying to find my microphone. I ain't never heard nobody sound like that. I ain't never heard nobody sound like that before. Like niggas talk about mystical DMX. Like what you hearing now is how I always sound. But more cussing, really getting in that nigga shit. I never really thought about metaphors or whatever. I know what they are and all that, but I ain't never really think about doing it like that. But I mean, it's the game that people have started up, you know, to try to make it a little complicated or whatever. But what you hearing now is what I sound like in the 80s. A bit more grimier, like, that's why people like, you sound like Mystical, you sound like DMX, you sound like Ja Rule. No, motherfucker. These are popular people that have been out here, you know what I'm saying, that was in the right place at the right time. I was never in the right place at the right time because I was a street nigga. I got my money grimy. So I was never in the right place at the right time. And then when I went over to Milk's house with Philip, I guess it wasn't no I guess. That nigga felt some kind of way with, you know what I'm saying, with the white boy saying, shit, I ain't never heard nobody like that. Like, the way I sound now, when you hear the music, if you would have heard that shit back in the 80s, a nigga sounding like that in the 80s, but mind you, in the 80s, I was a teenager, sounding like this, but rougher, grimy. I didn't know what that sounded like. I didn't find out what that sounded like until I was like 38, 39, and I went into the studio. And I made this song, No Hook. And I made another song called In the End, Only Us. And I did In the End, Only Us, mind you. Those two songs, I only had verses. I only had verses for those two songs when I first went in the studio. Never heard the beat before. And Rick was like, you know, which beat you gonna use or whatever. So when I heard him, I was like, okay, this go for this song. In the End, Only Us. I said, this go for this song. That was the first time I heard myself. When I heard those two songs, when I got home and I heard those two songs, I was like, oh shit. That's what that sound like? Cause I was always that live nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really go after a nigga unless they came for me. Like I said, humbly meek. However, when that nigga heard me getting into his ass and milk, was like, I gotta record this shit. I gotta record this shit. And nigga Phil never took me back around that white boy. Never. And that's why I say, people that be around you, they be looking for you, you know, your downfall and shit. Like, I don't know where that shit might have went. You know what I mean? But I ain't never hold nothing against that nigga about it. Cause I know niggas, different niggas hate. You know what I'm saying? But I know the nigga had talent for as doing it. Rapping and all that. But the thing about it is that nigga had so many fucked up demons about him that, I mean, I found out really what the nigga was going through, some of the shit that the nigga was going through when he was young. So I understand why he was out there doing a lot of shit that he was doing, but he shouldn't have been doing it. I mean, niggas got different ways of dealing with their demons and whatnot. But this next song, I was working at the strip club. You know, during the time I met Threat and all that. This song that I'm about to give you a little knowledge on. I was working at the strip club and all that. This is my third song. Club I was working at called Queen City. And I was like excited that I had actually did something. You know what I'm saying? I had finally manifested something that was up here to the world, into the world. And it was amazing. I was like, I really, really enjoy this, doing this, like making the music and all that. God came to me with a vision while I was asleep. Well, I was partially asleep and just partially laying down thinking. God said, showed me that my shit was gonna be like, as far as my music making and all that, it's gonna be like the vision. Cause I don't look for all this what they call it, fame and shit, fortune. I want my soul. When I leave here, I want to leave here with my soul intact. That's why, I mean, people look at me like, nigga, you moving slow for doing your music, putting your music out there. That's why I ask people, like, share, comment, so I know where I'm going with my music. I love the way God used me to make the world think. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would hope the gates of a lot of people would bring out wondrous works in people. But society has a way of promoting and putting the dumbest shit out here. So what they trying to do to y'all is dumb you down. So when they do start this population control shit, for as sending diseases through vaccinations, that they're telling you it's good for you, knowing that what their intentions are on these vaccinations is to shorten your lifespan. Because after you take the vaccinations, you're done. It ain't like they can anybody can undo it or give you a cure. Believe it, everything that comes out has a cure. Believe it, it has a cure. Cancer, they got a cure. What it is? High blood pressure, diabetes, all that shit got a cure. Cause they know that all this shit starts up in the body off the food that you eat. Different kind of foods create cancers. You get the right combination of food, your ass coming up with cancer. Black folk they know what black folk eat. So they know how to make that combination of food so that most black folks have diabetes, high blood pressure, all types of shit. And these are people that are in the government, but don't think it's the people in the government that's doing this. You got people behind the people in the government that really pull the strings. That has the power and the influence to say, okay, we got a print press. You're gonna promote money and promote the things that money can bring you. What can money bring you? Nothing. Really? Nothing. They control it. I mean, God gave us this world and made it so simple. So like a barter system. You do something for me, I do something for you. That's how men and women got married. Ended up getting married like in the beginning. Like, you do something for me, I do something for you. Damn, that person got a good heart. So I know what kind of person you are. That person got a good heart. Because they really didn't have to do it for me, but they did it. But now shit is so distorted. Well, I give you money for your services. I give you money for your services. I give you money for your services. But I don't really know what kind of person you are. But like I was saying, I want to give you knowledge when I talk to you. And this song that I'm about to give you right now, I work in this strip club called Queen City. And I told Nora, because I was so excited, I did those songs and they came out pretty good. To me, they came out pretty good. Other people like them too, but I just never really put them out there like that. So I'm gonna give it to y'all. The song is called Queen City. I told Nard, I said, Nard, if I write you a song for the club, will you use it? He said, yeah. I said, all right, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna write the song. In 7 days, I wrote the song. Went in the studio, laid it down. I went up and talked to Al, and I told him my idea for the song. And I asked him for the input. And would he help me, like, as far as doing the song, creating the song? He's like, yeah. I like, shit, I'll pay you or whatnot. He said, okay, I got you. So we went over to Thread House probably 2 days later. Mind you, I wrote this song in one night. Well, no, I wrote it in a day and a half. And this is what I came up with in 7 days. Queen City got the game. Kidding my chicks with me, believe me, bro. We all gon' need it. Who bring the track with lyrics like that? Stacks in the knapsack. Hell yeah, he ain't black. You don't want none of that. You best to wait until you pay. You don't want none of that. You best to wait until you pay. Dude, ain't no case of play on your tip. Somebody knows place. Still God made a way. Still giving the baby space. 38, no time to wait. What road I need to take it first? I gotta make way, bro. Here on my paper chase. Hey, hey. Well, bro, got my paper here on my paper chase. Sing it to me. Yeah, I'm going through the mountains, so That's why I did that. But, however, I went in the studio, did that, and that's the way it turned out. I mean, of course, I added other things onto the song too, because it's a plain version of Queen City. Because it's a stereo version. I only have that. I don't have the Pro Tools file for Queen City, No Hook, and in the end, only us. I only got the stereo version. So, might end up doing something else, but it's copyright. I take pride in my work because I see that everything that I do, God makes sure that it turn out better than perfect. Perfect. So it's good that this happened. My life. Because I'm here for a reason, here for a purpose. Woo! So, then I went on to meet this guy, Lee Giddens. Good guy. But his what word am I looking for? He make beats. His level of confidence is so high. It's annoying. That nigga said this. He be like, nigga, don't be calling me Lee by my government name. Call me Mr. Kit. I'm Mr. Kit, nigga. So, Mr. Kit. It is what it is. But fatigue is hitting me on this ride right now. So really, y'all the only thing keeping me up. So he make pretty good beats, but he noticed, just like I noticed, when he make a beat, a track that really resonates in my soul, in my spirit, then it's like now this song I'm gonna let y'all hear right now, it's called She Can Get It. I made this song because I got friends. At that time I had friends in the strip club. Also, I had friends outside of the strip club. And I always made money or kept money coming in. So my friends that was outside the strip club, they did whatever to make money because they had kids. And with them having kids, me going to kick it with them, spend time or whatnot, I was always like, in the back of my head, I'm like, shit, I need to take some money over there. Not per se for her, but for them kids. You know what I'm saying? The kids shouldn't have to live in poverty and all that bullshit because of the mama looking at, okay, I need to get some dick. That's all they thinking about. I need to get some dick. And then, your kids out there, shit happening to them in the house, happening to them on the block, because your objective is getting dick instead of taking care of these kids. Anytime I dealt with anybody that had kids, whenever I would see the kid, go see whatever, I would break the kids out. Like, hey, like, here you go. Niggas don't do that. Then, they did. Not too often, but they did. 2025, niggas don't do that shit. And these females, they slow. So regardless of if a dude doing it or not, they just like, shit, it's all good, nigga, go on the bus, do your thing, go on and leave, or whatever. If you leave me with a baby, then it's all good. These bros are slow nowadays. Like, come on, where's your sense of dignity in using your head? You want a nigga to lay up with you, have a baby with you, and then you fuck that child up, the head. You fuck that child head up with the bullshit that you teaching. I'm like, oh my God. Most of the women that has children, or female children, they're teaching them it's okay to sell your body. It's okay to talk to a man and lie to him and tell him this, that, and the other, but then want to sit up and be like, oh my God, my baby, you didn't have to take her life, this, that, and the other. Okay, bro, you should teach them something a little better than, okay, here goes some ass. So, I made this song for the dudes that meet up or hook up with women like this for kids. I want them to know that it's okay to reach out to them, give them money and shit like that, because that woman don't have to spend time with you. She spend time with another man. You know what I mean? I see you across the front doing your thing and looking at me and talking about the southern like really heavy. When I get down to pick my brain, calling me dad, you really see it, baby. Get it all the time. way shaking and wiggling. Ooh, my. I wanna take you home tonight. Get shit right. If it away between the bullet meat and thigh. I don't know if I can, but I'm sure gonna try. Running the monkey that American by. I like a dick with a small waist. It's thick with a small base. High speed up in your crossface all day. Damn what they all say. Lay up in your all day. Gripping your throat, biting your neck up in the hallway. Hit it to them all day. What you gon' pay? That's what they all say. Hit it to the back break. Let it with your legs shake. Impress in your face, man. Open the water gate. Boy, that would be one take. Some flame. Some flame. Come and shake this girl the way you shake it. Let me know you with it. Boy, I'm about to bitch. Was it over? She with it. Did it make you feel like spinning head? Yeah, you know this. Look at this. Had to help her feed and chill. Shit, get it. All day. Had to help her feed and chill. Shit, get it. Whenever I meet somebody, regardless of the situation, I'm thinking about this person. I'm thinking about everybody that I meet, correspond with. Like I said, Lee. I met Lee at Church's Chicken. He was working there, and we just started talking. I told him that I was doing music or whatever. He was like, "Oh, word." Gave me his number. Ever since then, we've been in touch. You know, he'll talk shit about my music, but then I know he really liked my shit because he'll keep calling me. Like, nigga, when you come to get in the studio? It could be about money. But then, you know what I'm saying? Usually, unless it's some shit that you really doing, niggas don't really mess with you like that. Like, especially if you ain't spending a whole lot of money. Niggas don't mess with you like that. But I met Lee. I heard that beat. Shit. I did that song. I did that song in probably about 45 minutes to an hour. It was cool.